Fellas, what is up? It is Thursday, April 12th. I am Ajax, and as always, these are my rattle can shenanigans. This video is a bench update to give you a heads up on what I've been working on, what other things I've got in the works, and where we're going moving forward. So, without any further ado, let's get things underway. First things first, I've got my second completed build of the year here. This is the Revell Snap-Tight Jeep Wrangler, and as you can see, that is a very pink Jeep Wrangler. This was a request from my little girl. When you have a 2-year-old daughter who asks you, "Daddy, I would like you to build me a pink Jeep," you build that little girl a pink Jeep. So here it is, and I'm hoping that when she gets up in the morning and she sees it, she is thrilled. That that may be one of my favorite builds so far. Anyhow, moving on, the NYS Modeling Pro Street build. As you can see here, it is in paint. The vast majority of it, at least, is in paint. The body, I used a color shift craft acrylic paint on it. It is the, hold on a second, my lighting is terrible. I'm sorry about that, fellas. Hold on just a second. Let me see if I can adjust that better. But yeah, it's the folk art color shift. And I think this is it's called, hold on a second, I got it right here. It's the Blue Flash. So yeah, it's the Blue Flash, and I don't know how well the camera's going to pick it up, but it does have a really nice pearlish color shift there, going from a blue to a greenish or aquamarine-ish turquoise type color, and then, like, you know, little flashes of purple there as well. A big fan of it. I had a couple boogers that landed in it when I first shot it, but thanks in part to letting it dry for a little bit and being able to wet sand those out. Yeah, that's right, I wet sanded craft acrylic paint and lived to tell the tale. But getting all those boogers out, we're all clean and clear and ready to drop a clear coat on this bad boy before applying some decals and moving forward. The interior, you can see I've airbrushed the turquoise in the interior. I've got the deck lid, the rear deck lid, taped off, because just like the top of the dash is also the color shift color, the rear deck lid has that as well. You can see over here I've got the block painted in Chevy engine orange. Need to go back to put some aluminum on the transmission. Got the valve covers are incoming. They're one of the pieces that I ordered aftermarket parts for, because I didn't like the ones in the kit. I was considering removing the chrome from those and painting them black, but I saw some different valve covers that I wanted to run with, and decided I was going to give those a go. There are other various pieces of the chassis here, and the wheels that have been painted black as well. And then the last bit, well, second to last bit, I guess I should say, is the chassis pan itself. You can see that it's been painted, and it has also been given a grime layer. I will probably be putting one more grime layer on this after I get everything all buttoned up. The engine, as you can see there, hasn't had any weathering done to it, and inside the engine bay, it's going to look pristine. Underneath the car, well, you know, since this is a Pro Street and it's been driven as such, the underbody, wheels or tires and the like are going to show signs of wear. Hopefully. Anyhow, the last little bits I've got, I still have to finish up painting the fire extinguisher, and there are a couple other tiny little pieces. I've also got to weather my headers, but everything else has pretty much been painted, and is just waiting to dry and waiting for my second round of paint, as my plan is to mask off the areas inside of the interior pan here, as well as the sides of the interior, the door sides, and then the seats as well. I'll be masking off the inlays for those and painting everything else a semi-gloss black. That should do it for the interior, and once I reach that point, I'll be able to start final assembly. So that's probably coming somewhere down the line. Next up is a like I said in one of my earlier videos, my plan for this year was to get through my backlog of previously started kits and get those all turned out. So while I was making progress on this and was waiting for it to dry and couldn't do any more building, I moved on to this project here, the 57 Ford Custom, which has been on my bench for a very, very long time and has needed some TLC. While that was drying, I painted up the body for the 57. As you can see here, it's two-tone. My plan is at this point to go with the drag variant of the car in the kit, and then kind of put my own spin on things. As you can see, instead of going black like the box art shows, I actually did the two-tone. And again, this is it's Vallejo Model Color or Model Air Flame Red for the red, and then the black that you're seeing here is actually the Createx Wicked Pearl Black. So that's been painted. The frame and the under chassis have both been painted as well. Need to do a detail pass on that. The interior has been primed, and I'm not going to go digging too far into the box because I've got all sorts of other little bits and pieces here. As you can see, stuff that's been painted and again is awaiting assembly. So while I am forging ahead on the Pro Street build, I'll probably over the course of this weekend designate some time to the 57 Custom as well. The last bit on my bench here is the 69 Chevelle SS396. You guys saw this before, and unfortunately, I do not have much of any headway made on that kit. I've just kind of I don't want to say I've hit like a block on this per se. It looks really good. I got it all cleaned up, all polished. I got the orange peel out of everything, and I just need to buckle down and put the finishing touches on everything. There's your interior. It's not the greatest interior in the world, mainly because I built the thing 3 years ago, and I've actually learned a little bit of discipline between now and then, but I nevertheless just want to get the thing done. So that may very well be the one that crosses the threshold this weekend. I may put the 69 Chevelle all the way together and give you guys a final video for that, and then kind of ping pong back and forth between what you've seen with the 57 Ford Custom and the 67 Chevelle. Just trying to get stuff done, get it off on my bench. And then once those two are completed, I of course have other stuff in the pipe. I've got a couple kits that I'm eyeballing for some upcoming builds, like Fred Henry's Chevy Truck Month. Got some really, really cool ideas for that, and hopefully that all pans out. But that's for another time, for another video. Anyway, this one is about to reach the 10-minute mark, and I've said pretty much everything I need to. You guys have had a chance to look at all of my progress so far, so we'll turn this one off, and I will wish you guys a pleasant rest of the evening, all right? Take care.